Hello everyone, I'm Sophie and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And today I will continue reading about the 24 previous lives of my Guru, His Eminence, the 25th Sam Tuku Rinpoche. This is taken from the book The Promise, which is his biography, and we will start from page 23. The caption of the picture: Champion of the Kalachakra Tantras and Abbot of Zalu Monastery, Butong Rinching Drup is credited with the compilation and translation of the Kangyo and Tangyo collection. Page 24. Butong Rinching Drup 1290 to 1364. The 13th incarnation of Sam Rinpoche was born as the omniscient Sakya Master, Butong Rinching Drup, a prodigious scholar, writer, and possibly Tibet's most celebrated historian. As a young boy, he displayed many auspicious signs, being able to perceive and communicate directly with Manjushri and discern the difference between pure and impure Buddhist commentaries. As a young man, he counted the greatest masters and abbots of his time as his teachers and swiftly studied and mastered the breadth and width of Sutra and Tantra. He also learned Sanskrit easily, as if he was merely recalling it from a pre-existing memory, and translated many sacred Sanskrit texts, even correcting existing translation and writing commentaries on the texts he translated. While in his 20s, Butong Rinching Drup became one of the most important champions of the Kalachakra Tantras in Tibetan history, receiving all possible transmissions of this practice and prolifically passing the lineage on to others. When he was 31, Butong Rinching Drup was appointed as the 11th abbot of Zalu Monastery, a position he held for 37 years. During his tenure, he established a college for the study of both the sutras and newer tantras that were arriving in Tibet from India. Under his leadership, Zalu Monastery soon became an indispensable place of Buddhist learning and scholarship. At that time, the Buddhist monasteries of India were being systematically destroyed by a wave of Muslim invaders. This spurred Butong Rinching Drup to embark on an ambitious project of compiling and translating the monumental Kangyo and Tangyo collections. The Kangyo consists of 108 volumes of the Buddha's spoken word, while the Tangyo consists of various commentaries by Indian and Tibetan masters. These two encyclopedic collections became the basis of the survival of Buddhism in Tibet and are essential reference for Buddhists of all traditions until today. Butong Rinching Drup himself also authored 26 volumes of commentaries, including the famed History of Buddhism. His prominent disciples include the 5th abbot of Jonang, Chogyal Namgyal, the 2nd Gangka Lama Rinching Zangpo, Drasepa Rinching Namgyal, who succeeded him as abbot of Zalu, and Yung Tong Doje Pal. Page 25. Dozin Drakpa Gelsen, year 1374 to 1434. During the time of the great Manjunatha Lama Tsongkhapa, Losang Drakpa, Sam Rinpoche's previous incarnation was born in central Tibet as the great Vijnana holder, Dozin Drakpa Gelsen, who was one of the 8 main disciples of Lama Tsongkhapa. He was ordained by the Sakya master Drigong Choje and became his ritual assistant, which is in Tibetan Zimpo. He also studied under Drigong Kutong Nye Nimpa, and mastered the entire corpus of Sutra and Tantra through the works of Butong Rinchen Dru, who was also one of his previous lives. However, no master inspired him as much as when he first met his root Lama, Lama Tsongkhapa, Losang Drakpa. Although Dosin Drakpa Gyaltsen was the epitome of Guru devotion and served his Lama all his life, many viewed his practice and attainments to be equal to that of Lama Tsongkhapa, and both were considered emanations of the Bodhisattva Manjushri. He also held his 3 sets of vows, Pratimoksa, Bodhisattva, and Tantric vows, so well that he was given the title Vinaya holder, or in Tibetan, Dolwa Zimpa, which is shortened to Dozin. When Lama Tsongkhapa began to age, Dosin Drakpa Gyaltsen feared for his master's health, as Lama Tsongkhapa was highly sought after to give teachings all over Tibet. Thus, this perfect disciple took on the responsibility of building the first ever Gelug monastery, Ganden Monastery in Lhasa, to preserve his master's health, teachings, and lineage for future generations. Dosin Drakpa Gyaltsen also founded Sungmo Sel Monastery in Takze Dzong. Dosin Drakpa Gyaltsen was so highly regarded that upon Lama Tsongkhapa's parinirvana, he was requested to ascend the throne as the first Ganden Tripa or Gelugpa throne holder. However, he humbly declined, preferring to serve his teacher in other ways, and offered the honor to the elder Gyaltsab Je instead. He then retired to his monastery and entered clear light. In his biography, His Holiness Kabje Trijang Rinpoche clearly stated that when he witnessed the opening of Dosin Drakpa Gyaltsen's tomb in Tibet, he could smell the sweet scent of a devoted vow holder emanating from the remains. He also saw with his own eyes that the hair and nails of Dosin Drakpa Gyaltsen were miraculously growing. Dosin Drakpa Gyaltsen's students include Jamyang Choje Tashi Palden, who founded Drepung Monastery, and most of the other important Gelug masters of the time. Page 27, the caption of the picture. Known for his ability to adhere strongly to his vows, Dosin Drakpa Gyaltsen was one of the main disciples of Lama Tsongkhapa and famous for constructing the first Gelug monastery, Ganden Monastery, in order to preserve and propagate his guru's teachings. Page 27. Panchen Sonam Drakpa, year 1478 to 1554. Dosin Drakpa Gyaltsen then took rebirth as the unparalleled scholar and master Panchen Sonam Drakpa, originally named Sonam Drakpa. The honorific title of Panchen was bestowed upon him for his mastery of the Sutra and Tantra teachings. Panchen Sonam Drakpa is the only person in history to become the abbot of the 3 great Gelugpa monastery, Ganden, Sera, and Drepung, in a single lifetime. He was also appointed as the abbot of Gyutong Tantric College and ascended the throne as the 15th Ganden Tripa, the esteemed throne holder of the Gelugpa lineage. Panchen Sonam Drakpa's brilliant scholarship and attainments are evident in his compositions of various subjects, totaling 45 volumes. His works were highly regarded by the greatest scholars of his time and are still studied at Ganden Shatze, Drepung Losaling, and Raton monasteries today. as part of the Geshe program of study, as well as in Gyutong Tantric College. While serving as the Ganden throne holder, he also composed two famous dedication verses that are recited to this day by all Galupas. This incredible master had many great students, but none were as famous as His Holiness the Third Dalai Lama, Sonam Gyatso, who would in that very lifetime convert the Mongol king Altan Kang and start the transmission of Buddhism in Mongolia. Caption of the picture: renowned as the only figure in history to have been abbot of Ganden, Sera and Drepung monasteries in a single lifetime, Panchen Sonam Drakpa also became the abbot of Gyutong Tantric College and served as the 15th Ganden Tripa. A master scholar, his works are still studied to this day in monastery. Page 28, Emperor Kangxi, year 1654 to 1722. Emperor Kangxi was the fourth emperor of the Qing dynasty and the second Qing emperor to rule over China. He was one of China's greatest and most benevolent emperors, reigning over China for 61 years. Kangxi protected his land and people from invasion, preserved harmony within his kingdom, and even expanded the empire to the northwest. His era was one of prosperity, as he restored peace to the nation after a tumultuous period of war and strife. China's economy was also safeguarded with the restoration of the Grand Canal and the control of floodwaters from the Yellow River. Besides establishing a powerful political and economic position, Kangxi also played a vital role in the preservation and development of China's cultural heritage, such as the compilation of the Kangxi Dictionary and encyclopedia and many volumes of Chinese literature, amongst others. On the spiritual and religious front, Kangxi built many temples and monasteries all over China, but principally on Wutaisan, also known as Five Peak Mountain. He would travel frequently to this mountain, which is said to be an abode of the Bodhisattva Manjushri, to offer prayers in memory of his grandmother. He also offered financial support for the constructions of Ama Galant Monastery in Mongolia to house the remains of the first Khalkha Jetsun Dampa, who was also known as Zanabaza. Kangxi built several other Tibetan Buddhist monasteries, including the famous Ganden Samseling Monastery in Yunnan. Kangxi's success is partly attributed to his masterful approach in managing relationships with leaders, as well as the rank and file. No task was too small for his attention or too difficult for him. Today, Sam Rinpoche's skillful methods, compassionate guidance, and hands-on approach are not so different to that of the great 17th century emperor. Caption of the picture: Emperor Kangxi of Qing dynasty reigned for over 61 years. Known for his benevolence, he also played a key role in the development of China's cultural heritage. Page 29. Gedun Nyedrak. A more recent incarnation of Sam Rinpoche is Gedun Nyedrak, the 19th century master who was known for his scholastic achievements and adherence to the monastic code of conduct. After taking novice monk's vows at a young age, Gedun Nyedrak undertook the long and hazardous journey from Sam Monastery to LaSalle to join Pukang Kangzen of Ganden Shatze Monastery, where he received extensive teachings such as the 5 great treatises from many illustrious teachers. Upon completion, So upon completing his studies with a Geshe Larampa degree, which is likened to a PhD in Buddhist studies, Gendon Nyedrak proceeded to Gyuton Tantric College to achieve mastery of the Tantras. In serving the monastic order, Gendon Nyedrak acted as chant master, or Umze, of Ganden Shatze Monastery, which was followed by his appointment as the 72nd abbot of the monastery by the regent of Tibet. As abbot, Gendon Nyedrak not only restored monastery buildings, but also reinstated strict adherence to the monastic rules, regulations, and administrative system of the community. Like his previous incarnation, Sam Rinpoche continues this commitment and dedication to Ganden Monastery and its Sangha community. Even at a young age, Rinpoche undertook projects such as building the much-needed monastic quarters for the increasing influx of refugee monks from Tibet. Later, he took on the responsibility of restoring and developing the main prayer hall and debate hall, two of the most central and significant places of gathering and learning for the monastic community of Ganden. Page 30. The remarkable achievements of Gendon Nyedrak's ardent spiritual practice arose again in his next reincarnation, and he became widely known throughout the Tibetan Buddhist world for his contributions to the growth of Dharma. And with that, I will end my session today, and we will complete it with completion dedication in Tibetan. Jangjub Sencho Rinpoche, ma ke panam gi shi, ke panam pa me payang, goni gondu pe washu, toni to Rinpoche, ma ke panam gi shi, ke panam pa me payang, goni gondu pe washu, daso jini sapagi wadi, dadandro aguna gampata, jepa jesu losan trapai, tamping impon rindu sa se sho, ke wa kuntu yanda lamada, drami choki pala lang choche, sadam langi yote razone, doje changi ngopang otusa, ke wadi yududa, lama sangyo druyune, druwa chikya malu de sala go pashu joki gapo songapa josu nampa pe wala geki sama siwadang tungi malu sangwasho dadam sangi de sundan drewa songi latene ge wala santrapai tampa yuriva gyushi ni modele sendele ni mengu nyandele shi ni sentatu dele pa kuncho songi jingilo kuncho songi ngoduso kuncho songi trase sho jesu lama kusena pinchi namka trini jojo ke pada ngasam tempe drum is songi dro e mun sata to ni gi gang we ra we ko shin kam de ben dan de o ma lu go ne chen ze wan ten sing that so yi sha pe shi de ba ro de gi shi hom tom pe ngo tru ma lu pa den de da la sa du so ko dan den pa long chot na ke pa so shi shuk den sel. Thank you for joining me, and I will continue the sharing tomorrow.